18.2 Adaptive Features. Please don't forget to go back to the objectives to make sure you covered the lesson properly. Adaptive features. What are adaptive features? These are inherited features, which means that they are encoded on your genes that help an organism to survive and reproduce in its environment. So, look here at this bear here. What are the adaptive features that are helping this bear to survive and reproduce in the environment? Of course, the color of its fur. The color of its fur helps the bear to camouflage in the environment, so it won't be hunted and eaten. Also, it helps the bear to stay warm in this very cold weather because of the very thick fur. And so on. You will see many and many adaptive features. The size of the ears that are preventing the radiation of heat from its body to keep its body temperature stable. For example, let's take other examples of adaptive features. For example, you can see here the fish. The fish has the streamlined body to help it swim without resistance in the water and has gills in order to extract oxygen from the water. Some other fish have extra adapted features. Like what? Like the ones who live in sand. They have their own adaptive features, and also the ones live in shallow water. They have their own adaptive features. Others can camouflage like this one here that looks exactly like the background or the sand. Okay, why? To get protected from predators. So, why do animals need adaptive features? Because of the differences in the environments or the different environments. Like if the environment is too hot or the environment is too cold, the creatures have to be adapted to live in it. Like when we talked about our bear in the beginning of this video, the bear has adaptive features to accommodate very cold weather. Our friends here, they have adaptive features to the opposite, to very hot weather. Like here, the cacti, for example, they have very thick waxy cuticles. Why? To decrease the escape of water or the evaporation of water from the plant. Because you know plants need a lot of water for photosynthesis, and if they dried out, they will die. So that's why they need very thick cuticles in hot weather to protect their moisture. Also, the camel here has a lot of adaptations to accommodate the desert, like the very hot weather, the lack of water, and all of the other features of this environment. Also, the lack of water is another environment that creatures need adaptation to, or organisms need adaptation to. So they need adaptive features to adapt to the lack of water or the scarcity of water. Another feature that can be present in an environment is the lack of light. Some creatures or organisms live in dark places, or they stay up at night like owls. So they need adaptive features so that they can tolerate the lack of light. Like the eyes of the owl here, they are very specific and they are very special for night vision. So that's why owls can survive the dark or can live in the dark while they can see well in the dark. They can even hunt in the dark. So these are the three factors that we have to look at in the questions in order to be able to know which adaptations are we looking at. Let's take a look at the first question here. The picture shows a fox that lives in the desert. So first, when you look at such a question, you will look at the environment and what are the challenges. So here the challenges of the desert are, first, the scarcity of water, second, the very hot temperature during the day and cool temperature during the night. So what does this fox need to survive this weather or to survive these circumstances? The fox needs large ears to increase the heat loss because the desert is very hot. So those large ears will help the fox to radiate the heat outside of its body in order to stay alive and to decrease its body temperature. Which description of adaptive feature is correct? It is an inherited feature that increases an organism's ability to survive and reproduce. Complete the definition of the term adaptive feature by filling in the gaps with the correct words. Please make sure you memorize all of the definitions of the syllabus because specific keywords are very important, like here in this question. An adaptive feature is an inherited feature that helps an organism to survive and reproduce in its environment. Okay, another question. The flagellum is one of the adaptive features of a sperm cell. A sample of sperm was taken and the length of each flagellum was recorded. Figure 2.1 shows a graph of the results. The first question says, state the most frequent range of flagellum. So you're going to look at the frequency here and the highest bar in this histogram, and it's going to be 4.4 to 4.5. State the frequency of sperm with flagellum length between 4.8 and 4.9. You will look it up from the graph again, and it's going to be 9. State the type of variation shown by the flagellum length. So, since you see a range between two extremes and the bar charts are close together, this is a continuous variation. Thank you, and I hope this video helps you study.